Tonight's comedian has performed from Las Vegas to Disneyland to the Grand Ole Opry, and this is his second appearance on our show. He was a comedy champion on Star Search. He's worked with stars like Reba McEntire and Kenny Chesney, and he's done 2 around-the-world tours for the U.S. Air Force Reserve with Lee Greenwood. Please welcome back the very funny Dick Hardwick.
So good to see everybody tonight. I just flew in from California, where you can tell the rich people they got 2 Teslas jacked up in their front yard. But I've been on the show a couple times, and Mike allowed me to come and do my little drum routine. You want to see my little drum routine that I'm going to do here? Huh? Can you give me a drum roll? I'll get back to my... Give him a nice round of applause back there, yeah. I'll tell you, when I was a kid, you know, I researched the drums, and I found out in New York, they called the drums the traps. And in Chicago, they called them the tubs. And when I was a kid at home, they called them, "You're not gonna rehearse now, are you?" But I loved taking lessons from different drummers throughout. My favorite was a guy named Gene Krupa. Anybody remember Gene Krupa? Gene Krupa would play on the tom-toms, set up a little rhythm, something like this. Then a guy came along named Shelly Manne. He did a little thing called "Let There Be Drums" on 2 tom-toms, sounded like this. Then who could forget the great Buddy Rich? But you know something, Mike? The drummer that's made more money than any drummer that ever lived was Ringo Starr. And all he had to play to make all that money was this. It ain't fair! You see, the drums are only invented to send messages from one group of people to the other and march an army into war. Well, my great distant relative was with General George Washington heading up to the Potomac. As soon as they made a campfire, they heard off in the distance. George Washington stood up and said, "I don't like the sound of those drums." A voice came from the forest. "He's not a regular drummer." Well, the high school band finally inherited the drums. It never ceased to amaze me how the high school band's drum section would take every song they play and overpower it. You notice? My high school band would march down the street in my hometown of Greencastle, Indiana, on Easter Sunday playing "Amazing Grace." How sweet the sound. Amazing. You see, it just wasn't working, But I really wanted to learn how to play the drums. So I went to a drum teacher. He taught me how to play some drum rudiments, like the paradiddle. That's a right, left, right, left, left. Double paradiddle. The ratamacue. The triple ratamacue. The long roll closed down and slowly opened up. Then he told me to practice. I get paid for this. Thank you, fella.
Dick, that was awesome. I had no idea you were that effective a drummer.
Well,
And I love it that you talked about Ringo being the richest drummer of all, because many of us grew up with the Beatles. Hey, if you want to see more of the hilarious Dick Hardwick, or to book him for your venue, just make sure he's got a drum set. He can come to your venue, church, company. Go to Huckabee.tv. We're going to hook you up, and you will have a wonderful time with Dick Hardwick. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, I hope you will now. The button is just below this video, and there's a little bell next to it. If you click on those, YouTube will reluctantly start letting you know when we've got a new video uploaded.